And we're back, everybody. This is episode 2, or I guess you could say 2.0, because this is my second time at this, because first time I recorded this episode, it had no audio. Yes, complete fail on my part. Well, so I recorded for a good almost 2-hour block session, and come to find out that none of my talking or any of my audio from the game was recorded. It was pretty bad. So I went back, made some notes from some of the stuff, and we're gonna go over some quick stuff. But first off, I guess we should go over and do a quick little world tour type thing of what I've done so far. Spent ton of time putting up trees, kind of started a base structure here. Got a little cow farm here, based after Exumavoid's model, where the cows circle around in the water and you just hold the right click button and feed them wheat and they breed. Babies go down below. Very nice. Small little redstone clock that I built, and everything's hanging up. Lovely. Switched over to the snapshot as well, just for the volume controls. Is what is a major success with this one, in my opinion, where you can turn weather down. Oh yeah, don't have to worry about sleeping in a bed again, as long as it's moderated in your controls. Got a bunch of crop fields going. Yeah, a very cheap, very cheap zombie farm. Had a few villagers left alive, and one of them bolted from the house before I could cordon them off. They're just behind that building there. So I stuck one in over here, and at nighttime you can come down here, or right after day, and there's tons of zombies normally after that sitting right in there that are after him. Cheap XP farm, in my opinion. Had 2 deaths while I was recording. One from just a creeper. I was over there clearing that hill off, and where we had initially dug down, I put a little, I guess, shell over to make a step up to go up the hill, so that it would be a lot easier with a horse. As you see, I wrap all the horses from a good 50-60 block area around me. I've got mushrooms now over here as well. I've got 3 fields of wheat. I got the carrot field here so that I can start breeding horses. Got some sugar cane because I got my enchantment table going. I spent a good time farming. Oh, hang on, my nose is dripping. I will be right back before I have to blow my nose. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully I'm not coming down sick with something. That would suck. I built another portal, but I have not been inside that yet. That was the end of the episode. I had constructed that and was like, alright guys, next time we will go into the nether. Yeah, well, I guess next time is now, and we'll probably be ended up in the nether at one point. So, cow farm, we've covered that. There's my, I guess, starter field where I was breeding up all my mushrooms, my donkeys that I'm going to be using for my pack animals. Went mining down in there, went mining over there, as well as there is another mine shaft over that direction I was in as well. And then of course we got the initial place where I dug down, where a lot of things linked together. Animals still seem really loud. And I'm back again, sorry about that. I started hearing something like scraping on the floor, and I was like, what the heck is that? Quickly jumped up, went to go check. Couldn't find anything. Here's my cheap form of trying to get villagers to begin after most of them got wiped out. Yep, there they are. The remaining like 5. So at least we got some of them so that we can still get trades out of them. And then there's my marker for my tunnel down to abandoned mine shaft, which I actually found from being linked in a cave way over there, just past the, I guess, little lake here. There was a drop down that I followed clean over to there. The initial farms, big construction change, and the village was pretty much leveled all of this out, took out the 2 wheat farms that were here, pushed that hill back some with a bunch of stone shovels, which was annoying. Took that house and lowered it 1, went and found sand so I could replace the glass that I broke. As soon as I got my enchantment table up and running, I started throwing enchants as I got more and more leather. So I ended up with a protection 1 helmet, which is like the 3rd one, breastplate, legs, and I have blast protection boots. I used to have feather falling boots, but the creepers. Yes, the creepers. I blame them. And then, of course, we've got a sharpness 1 sword, which is about broke. And then we got a fire aspect sword, which I've been in cows with. And then a smite 2 unbreaking 2 knockback 1 sword that I'm using on zombies a lot. And then I've got my efficiency 3 silk touch 1 pick. I have almost broken this thing like 5 times and not realized, because I was getting greedy and mining coal, and I got a few diamonds and everything else. So I told you death 1 was over here while I was trying to work on this hill. I wasn't paying attention, had it shaved off so I could get horses to go up and down, and I was standing right about here and a creeper just walked right off the top. Wasn't pretty. Had no armor on, had nothing. Well, death 2 was a combination of just all sorts of bad. Was down in the abandoned mine shaft over here, and I got shot by a skeleton forward as I was trying to fight off baby cave spiders. As I passed through one of those open sections where it's just the wood pillars straight up and it had 2 floors. Well, apparently floor 2 held a skeleton, which came down behind me, then followed by a baby cave spider right to the face. I was poisoned, stuck in a web, and then, sure enough, another creeper. It's not my day for creepers, apparently. So, I know one is my ore chest. That's my monster loot. And which one is it? This one. Yeah. This is what I got so far out of caving after successfully retrieving what I could from my corpse down there in the abandoned mine shaft. We've got a bunch of diamonds. I'm hoping for a fortune pick so that we can carve up some of them. I've already got an anvil. I'll probably make some iron blocks out of all of this as well. And everything else is like the basics. Nothing in there. I've got 1 box full of like miscellaneous stuff so far. And then I've got like mushrooms in 1. I've got my seeds and wheat in 1. I'm just trying to somewhat be organized. I've been making trap chests behind normal chests to kind of consolidate it. But this is just my temporary storage system rather than having the stuff just scattered out in boxes above. Then I started staircasing my way down because I was going to build different things out from under my house. And luckily enough, I have apparently built right on top of a slime chunk, as I'm constantly finding slimes down here. And I've got some slime balls, as you saw, on my miscellaneous chest stored. Been lighting things up, so I'm probably gonna build a huge slime, well, not huge, build the open aired slime farm, push slimes down onto or into cactuses, or just let them fall to their death or something. I'm not too sure yet, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. And it's nighttime already, man. I did a shortcut so you didn't have to watch me walk up all them steps. Yeah. Oh, and this is my loot from dungeons that I've been getting so far. 1 name tag. I think there's 3 saddles because I've got 1 on the horse that I'm currently using. And I picked up all the moss stone and a few of the records. Apparently I like cat. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm going to mainly be listening to since I've only got cat and 13. So, as you see, very basic, simple. I'm tiering up at this point to do different things on each tier. I'll probably use this one as a working tier and have
my enchantment will up here with my
anvil. I'll have like my
bed. I'll have
the portal, and I'm thinking about building like a small corner section right about here with a workbench in the floor and then furnaces and everything around it, so I don't have to constantly be going up and down. I thought about on the level below this building, well, not this one, this is just pass-through level, this one, about putting a storage system around on the leaves. But then I was thinking, well, if I turn it on fancy graphics and run, I can use the leaves as a cheap window. But if I put the storage chests up there, it kind of eliminates that. So it was one of those, I'm still mulling that over. I'll probably build a bunch of chests, stick them up there, see how it looks from both the outside and the inside, and then make a decision from there. Bunch of, I guess, removing and placing and everything else. But, even if those villagers up there don't seem to survive, I have found a zombie spawner. So luckily, I've got one. But so far, the spawners I have found are zombie and a spider, and of course, multiple cave spiders. Joy. Luckily, I've got them all disabled at the moment, torched, placed around the cages, and just took care of all of that mainly. Yes, I heard you. That was not one of the ones that's caged up, is it? If so, that's really loud. Oh, okay. When did you get in there? That is the question. Who knows? That church has had the sides blown off of it multiple times. It's lucky to still be standing at this point. Yes, you walking death traps are the bane of my existence. So, last weekend, or not so much last weekend was my anniversary weekend, so I really didn't do nothing but enjoy the weekend with my girlfriend, and we went out, saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, which was really funny. And then we were going to go out and get something to eat, but by the time we got out of the movie and everything, because I wasn't going to tell her what we were going to do, she chose where we were going to eat, I chose what we were going to do. And by the time we got out, sadly the place we wanted to eat was only serving drinks. So it switched from being a restaurant and bar to just being straight bar. So no big deal. We figured we'd go out the next night, but a bunch of our friends were like, come over and bring your Hero Quest. Well, for those of you who don't know what Hero Quest is, that is, well, it's a board game based in a fantasy world, and you get to pick one of 4 heroes, and they consist of a dwarf, a barbarian, a mage, and a elf. Well, you got very, very basic skills. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons for 4 players plus they call it the quest master, which is pretty much the dungeon master. So we played Hero Quest from about 7 o'clock that evening. Once my girlfriend got to my friend's house after work, all the way up until 12:30. I was still wanting to keep playing to get them into the next quest because I thought it was really funny. I wanted to see how they would handle the next quest since I was dungeon mastering, since they've been doing a really good job so far. Other than, well, about to make a WoW reference, our mage was pulling a Leroy Jenkins. Yes. He was trying to mage tank. It's not as successful in Hero Quest as it can be in WoW, so it was fun nonetheless. He learned a few lessons about face pulling, and a lot of you are probably now face palming yourself, going, "Oh God, he plays WoW." Yeah, I play WoW. Been working with the 5.4 lately, and my guild that we've been playing with has been raiding Siege of Ogamore the moment it was out the gate, and so far we have downed the first boss on normal mode, and I was not there for that kill. I was actually out because I was at the Renaissance Fair with my girlfriend and a few of my friends, and we've been doing the flex raid. We are just getting in the gates. As of last night, actually, we downed the Shot of Pride and have moved on to the Gates of Retribution, so we get to go against Gallicus next. That's going to be fun. That's a lot of ad control, and the pretty much when the boss comes down, it's a DPS race, pop hero, bloodlust, whatever you want to call it, and go. I can't wait for it, but I dread it at the same time because it takes a lot of nation for that fight, and if we have a lot of people that are very boisterous in their own opinions and that want to try to take control of the raid, and it can go really bad when we have like 7 different strategies out there. So hopefully we'll hammer down a strategy and get through that one. So I was about to say, why do I hear a villager? And I forgot about the zombie spawner. Oh, I am very, very addle-minded right now. I don't know why. It's probably because I took a nap, got up, and started recording, and things were all jumbled, and then come to find out my recording failed, and it was one of those just bad situation all around. Zundown and I have been working on trying to get a server up and running, and he's like, oh, I can host it at my house. I've got a spare computer, because I would prefer to have for lack of a better term, a slave computer that I can put the server to and just have it running it at all times, that no one has to worry with it. You know, not one individual's taxing their computer for both the server and play, but to still allow the ability of the server online 24 hours a day. Well, he's like, oh, I got all that stuff. What do you need? I've got an extra tower at the house that you can come over and hook up and get going. He goes, I'll get it all out and I'll try it myself. And I showed him online where the instructions were for how to set up a server, and we're gonna just randomly, generate a seed, throw it up. I'll pile in, do a bunch of crazy stuff, probably give myself creative mode, place a bunch of TNT, blow it all up, just to see how the server will hold up. Well, come to find out that Zundown's older brother, had stripped the computer of its guts, so it was absolutely useless. Yay, way to go. Yeah, so we're back to square one. I've got a tower that I've been working on. I just need to get my operating system onto it. I would prefer to have a little bit more memory on it than 500 gigs, but I salvaged a old external hard drive that was a 1 terabyte that had died of mine, and putting it in there since the other section of the drive got the click of death. So yes, joy on that. So things seem to be a bit chippier, just a little. You guys will have to let me in the comments, because I tried to reduce my frames per second in the options down to 60 to see how that would go, since that seems to be an optimal recording level for my computer. And in fact, still seems to have it just a little bit laggy. So that's something I'm going to have to play with. And then with the sound recordings options, you guys will have to let me know what you think. Looks good. Does seem like I have ADD or something. I'm gonna be like, candy, candy. Sounds like he's just through that wall and down. We'll leave him be. He ain't hurting us. Well, he's not hurting us yet. He'll be bothering us though, because I'm gonna know he's right there. So, as you can see, I got the poppies. Yeah, is this a poppy, right? Am I saying that right? Yeah, it's a poppy. Alright. Well, so all my roses changed to poppies, so I've got half a chest of roses and half a chest of yellow flowers. Oh no. What the heck? So let's go up to the top floor and maybe we can take a look down and check out that zombie, I guess, catching pit in action. I'll just have to find a place where I can stand where I'm not too close to the nether portal so it's not making a whole bunch of noise for us. We'll find out in a minute. Yeah, and there it goes. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. And oh, seems to stop after a few seconds. That ain't bad. Wonder if I'll even get a zombie to spawn within range. And they're tracking the guys over there already. So it seems to be... Alright, sorry about that guys. My phone started vibrating in my pocket. And I actually have it off this time. I had turned back on the ringer though and put it in the other room. Because I'm expecting another phone call here in a little bit.
But
it was very quick, as you see.
there's only a few seconds in between.
No zombies though. There's a couple endermen. Hopefully I won't look at them and get them ticked off. My girlfriend likes to go around and go, "No, don't look at his junk, you'll make him mad." I was like, of course you want to stare at something's junk and make it mad. Yes. Sometimes I wonder. I'm waiting for that mushroom that escaped this. As you can see, that one there and that one. I'll have to round those guys up and shove them back in there. Build me another staircase up and try to fill that back up. I can't think why they are slipping through that though. I might have to swap it to iron bars or something to hopefully to keep them there. Oh, and we got our first victim, I guess. What the heck? Okay, apparently one of my leads is broke. And sploosh. There he goes. And now he's just sorted down. Well, not so much sorted. He's just down in the collection system right there. Simple, easy peasy. I really like how the boards creak now. That is awesome. So, let's go ahead and dive on in here. And there are some sections
of the cave I have
not been to, and let's see what trouble we
get ourselves into.
Hopefully not another death. Yeah. And there we go. As you can hear, I've got a slime. Sounds like a big one too. Farther away. He's around here somewhere. There he is. So this actually brings us down to right here at Y15, and where this stops right down here is where I intend to start my strip mine at Y11. I'll dig Y10 to Y like 14 out and just spreading out this direction. Most of this will be gone and whatnot.
Do have diamond
pick upstairs that I haven't enchanted yet, because I was wanting to get my enchanting table all the way done. It is now, but I have just not really bothered with getting it done. I see you up there. Yeah, I've got a bridge going across right there where I've been putting out a lot of the lava. We got another slime. Let's get some more slime balls. Gonna need a lot of sticky pistons for a lot of stuff I want to do. So I wish bats were not so directionally blind to where they fly themselves in the water or lava and get themselves killed. Would be cool to have a little bit more of them around sometime that weren't offing themselves. It's kind of like they're suicidal. We need a save the bat hotline or something. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this coal or not. Even though I know that's gonna put it out, that still is, I don't trust it. I have been lit on fire more than once in this game for less. I've actually been the unlucky victim in this game right after they introduced lightning to actually being set on fire by being struck by lightning. I was working on a giant wheat farm on my well, not so much my very first world, but my main world that I had played on at the time. And man, just running around clearing out a flattened area, and I was laughing because one of the pigs right nearby got struck, and I guess turn of the fates or karma for laughing at a pig that got struck by lightning and cooked, and it got me. So I don't know if I'm a statistic for being struck by lightning, was lit on fire, ended up dying from it, but it was one of those, wow, that will never happen again, and sure enough, it hasn't. Yeah, not so much running low on coal, but I want to use it for coal blocks. I really wish I had a fortune pick for this. I'm going to try to figure out, chart it, or go look online in the Reddit or the forum to see if somebody's got a enchant breakdown. It's been a while since I've really bothered with enchanting. A lot of times I'm just running around and collecting the raw materials myself. The only thing I've really tried for is silk touch a lot, because who doesn't like to just pick up the block and then move it? I like using redstone blocks as block update switches where I can walk across it. It triggers a small signal and so on and so forth.